Hi there guys, and welcome to a very quick Train Sim 2018 video. This isn't any of my usual, this is sort of to expel any myths and rumours, and also I'm just really excited to talk about it. As you'll guess from the thumbnail guys, it is the APTP. This has been in development, from as far as I can work out, about 8 years. This isn't it, by the way. Let me just make that very clear. This is a static model that was included in the Train Sim 2018 route, North Wales Coastal. Because it is, the real ATPP is located at the Crewe Heritage Centre at Crewe. It's right beside the main line. So it is there. So, the story behind the APTP, you can go and read elsewhere. I'm talking about the story behind ATPP in Train Simulator. And so far, it's been very similar to the real ATP. So, from what I can work out, two people had a bash at doing this. The first one I can find, and I can't seem to one to predate the other, was actually Wagons. So I know we know Uvi made one as well, and the Uvi one is the one we're getting, but Wagons also put up a render on their Facebook page on the 17th of May 2013. So this one, I'm guessing, was sort of, sorry, I've done that the wrong way around. This is the later one as far as I'm aware, the Wagons one. The Uvi one, from what I can work out, has been in production for an awfully long time. So, what do we know we're getting? Well, the history of it went that Uvi had it. Uvi didn't do too much with it. The most exterior was done as far as I was aware, and then they sold the model to DTG Steve. Now, this is all speculation, I may just add at this point. This is me cobbling bits together and listening to various people. DTG Steve worked on it. He even did a live stream a few years ago, and there was I haven't seen any video evidence of the live stream. I've seen photos of it, screen grabs from it, and it looked like an HST cab with, very interestingly, the CAP system, so the CAPT system, sort of like bolted on top of the HST dash, which I was really impressed with. So I think we are going to see CAPT in the game. How useful that's going to be, because the real CAPT systems, the CAPT, use track balises that threw up the speed, and stuff. So that was, I didn't realise that I could move those. That's quite weird. This is actually a scenario. This is one of the DTG scenarios. So yeah, how that's going to be implemented, how that's going to work, I don't know. I know it's coming soon, is what we know. We don't know how much, how long, or how much it's going to be. So it says coming soon. Now with DTG, that can generally be pretty quick. The model, as far as I'm aware, was complete. The tilt was complete. The only thing that was being worked on would probably have been cab and sounds. I've got no recollection on the sound, no reference material for sounds whatsoever from the stream. But there should be easy enough ways to get sound out there. I've even spoken to Richard about this pack already, and hinted that he should work his magic on this if it comes out and it's not brilliant. Any of the internal sounds and even doors and things like that can be taken from the real thing at Crewe. They haven't been. So this I know. I in relatively regular contact with one of the guys that looks after the APTP up at Crewe. And I said to him when it came out, I said, have you guys, do you know anything about this? Have you been or anything like that? The answer was no. That's not to say that these sounds might have been recorded a long time ago and they're there, but that hasn't been done recently. Which I'm not sure how to take at the minute. We'll have to wait and see what we get. Lots of people are going, yeah, but it's DTG, so it's going to be crap, I'm hoping not. And I actually have the faith in them that this isn't going to be rubbish. DTG Steve, somebody somewhere said that his dad worked on the ATPP project. So I'm hoping that this probably means quite a lot to the bloke, and he's going to put a lot of time and effort into it. And fair play to him. I am incredibly excited for this. What do I want to see from the ATPP? I would like to see, cab-wise, it fully working. There are YouTube videos. DTG actually linked it on their own post about this. There's an old guy that works at the Crew Heritage Centre that also drove ATP. He goes through how it was driven, what bits did what meant what, and that sort of thing. Accurate simulation of that should not be hard to come by. If they go to the guys at Crew, they have lots and lots and lots and lots of history and experience with this machine. So I'm hoping that they can help in some way, or DTG have at least spoken to someone who knows. Maybe not the team that are looking after it now, but somebody who knows about it when it was being driven. I'm sure they have. I even was told from the stream that the pantograph stayed level when the rest tilted, which is one of the nice features of the real APT. Also, just to sort of squash something else that people have gone on about, was that the ATP project was a failure due to it actually being the train. It wasn't. The train itself was actually pretty damn good. The bit that made ATP a failure was the rush to put it in service, and the lack of funding, and the gross mismanagement and silly hierarchy of British Rail at the time. The engineering was pretty sound and solid. There were some quite quirky things like kinetic braking, but people go, it was the brakes that failed and messed it up. Actually, what you'll find, it was the friction braking, the rodding for the friction brakes was what kept catching. So, yeah, what are we looking for? I am looking for an accurate representation of the ATPP that I can rip from Glasgow to Carlisle, because that's about as far as I ever got. No, it's not true. It did make it to Houston a couple of times. I'd like to be able to do that. I'd really like to be able to do that. And hopefully soon we can. So, things we know so far, it is coming through DTG. It is the original UV model, which has been bought by DTG Steve, and by the looks of it, since the whole UV getting out of train sim thing and Armstrong Powerhouse buying out the 150, it looks like UV have said, yeah, fair enough, you can release what's there. So I'm hoping it is going to be very, very soon. Model-wise, I'm thinking it dates back probably about 5 or 6 years. So it looked brilliant then, it still looks brilliant now. We're still running models and train sim that are 7 years old that still look half decent. The renders and the screenshots that are up are phenomenal of it already, so I'm really looking forward to it. We know it should have a full cab, we know it should have some sort of sounds, we know it should run really nicely. What is still speculation is how good the actual physics and things are going to be. There are accurate recordings of how the train physically responded. So there are timings, there's even force scales. So there's all sorts of acceleration, deceleration, brake timings. There's all of that data is there somewhere. It's available. So I'm hoping they've used some of that, and we should get a relatively accurate representation of the ATPP. Right, I'm going to stop waffling in this video and send you guys on your merry way. As soon as this comes out, I can assure you it's all you're going to see for a couple of days. And that will be definitely from me. I will be running around this thing and flying it up and down the West Coast main line as much as I can, playing weird 70s and 80s music in the background to entertain myself, and repeating words off documentaries that I've read, documentaries that I've watched, and books that I've read. So I'll splurge you with some information. Alright, and guys, thanks very much for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next 2017 video. Don't forget the stream is Wednesdays. I'm recording this. It's Wednesday night tonight. Pop on over. So it's Wednesdays from 6:30, and Wednesdays, from 7 o'clock, and Sundays from about 6:30. Once again, guys, thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.